Okay, alrighty then.
All right, so we're going to introduce our special guest, my sister, the belly dancing queen. She also has a podcast with our yay Miss Yamaya. I
Yes.
listen. Let me slow down. Because I want you guys to get to know her, and I want you guys to go and watch her podcast too, because she inspired me to actually do this. I've been saying I'm gonna do it, and I've been saying it, but she's been inviting me. Her and Yeye have been my Yeye have been inviting me to their podcast. So FGTV, Speaking with the Stage, with High Empress, Yemaya Faye, and Eris.
JQ, yes,
So
there is
JQ,
JQ.
Eris, Yemaya, is that how you say it? The
Yeah, you say
that
Maya. People
J,
say it
J's
differently.
for me, y'all. I didn't want to say Yemajier. I'm like, okay, Yemaya.
Yeah. Oh, I mean the last name.
Yes.
Yemajier. That's the one I made up.
Oh, that's
Kind of
okay.
put two names together.
I love it.
Yemajier.
I
That's
love
how I
it.
did
Yemajier. Okay,
it.
so
Yeah.
let me say it correctly. Okay, because I was
Hmm.
gonna practice.
Yes. Exactly.
All right, we're
Exactly.
introducing Eris, JQ, Yemajier, to
Yes.
the Great Awakening Ministries podcast series, and today we're talking about spending time with yourself. So I'm so grateful to have you here today to share your insight with our members.
Hmm.
And firstly, I want you to go ahead and introduce yourself, who you are, what you do, and then we can get into some questions.
Okay, all right. Well, hi, greetings everyone. I am JQ, Eris. You can call me Eris, however, because my yaya is Empress Yamaya Faye, and I basically am in partnership with her, and we have a holistic wellness business that touches a whole bunch of different services that really help the personal and spiritual development in people. And we also have FGTV by Yamaya and JQ. And there we have all of our videos, and it's just like a hub of just different videos that we do because we are very much talented in many, many ways. And yeah, you can definitely go there. And then yamayafaye.com, and that's kind of like you see all the services and stuff. But yes, so in a nutshell, all of that. It's a lot, but it's all in a nutshell. So you just go there and then you see what's happening. So yes, so very much in the holistic wellness part. So it really is very fitting with the topic that you're having here because we all have a body, we all have a spirit, we all have a soul. Even if you acknowledge it or not, it's still there. So it's something that's always going to be needed, and guidance for it is really important too, especially if some people don't. So yes, that's
Right.
just it.
Okay, thank you so much for sharing. Y'all go check out their content. It is amazing. Like she said, they do everything. So it's something for everybody. And I'm also a part of the
Yes,
spiritual counseling and mentoring. And I can
yes,
say, I keep telling everybody, go and book you a session. Like, stop
yes,
playing. This
most
changed my
definitely.
life. Like,
Yeah,
so
I'm
yeah,
so pleased. I'm so pleased.
wow,
Yeah, definitely.
amazing. Okay, so I want to ask you, as far as the topic, I want to ask you, what are your experiences on spending time with yourself? And could you give advice to our members and also share what worked for you when uh, intentionally spending time with yourself?
I like that, the intentionally spending time with yourself. That's
Oh,
a
yes.
really that word there, because you can do like one thing. Which, okay, for example, with myself, I don't mind spending time by myself. I don't mind, like when the events of a couple years happened and everyone had to stay inside. I was
Oh,
completely fine, type of thing.
yeah.
However, then it wasn't exactly intentional type of thing. It was just browsing on the internet and then just being fine and stuff like this. So I like that you put that intentional part. Recently, and this is why I chose to be part of this topic during your series, was because recently I've had a bit more time by myself, because the Empress has set sail on the Estados Unidos. So I right now am spending way more time by myself. Of course, there's people around, but I'm quite selective with who I share.
Right. Same. Me too.
So I've had a lot of time to really reflect too, and in a way, it was one of those things that I felt like it needed to happen because you can get, especially when you're like with someone that's like your friend all the time. I mean, with your friend, your family, you just do things, and of course you do still have time by yourself, but
Right.
there's more like, okay, we'd rather watch a movie than me just going, spending time in my room. But so I want to watch a movie with you, I want to cook with you and stuff like this. So
Right.
now it's like, oh, okay. So of course, still chatting, but when someone's physically there, it's different. So it's just
Yeah.
like, okay, all right. So I actually have way more time by myself than I
Right.
anticipated. And I'm so glad, and this is why Yemaya services are so great. And thankfully, I've gotten them, gratis for it was complimentary for my entire life. Um,
Amazing.
and she implemented like, okay, what are your passions? What are you passionate about? What makes you, this sort of thing. And I really couldn't really answer the question, actually. Of course, there's a lot of things that I'm good at, but it's like, what is it that's you, who are you,
Right.
type of.
Yes.
So she implemented that question before she left, and that was like around the 7th of August. And then basically during the 7th of August, all the way, I was saying to like September 7th,
Mhm.
which was, I think it was like some type of retrograde or something like this. So it landed
Yeah.
on the right day. Um, I was just really like questioning and really trying to, see and kind of in a way find me, like who am I, type of thing.
Yes.
So it took some time. It took some time, like writing things down, and I'm just like, okay, we're this and that, but I want to do that, but I don't have like, of course, there's certain things or skills I want to learn, but you need like some
Right.
extra, dinero to. I'm like, I can't do that right now, but this. And ultimately, I ended up going back to something that she ended up implementing a while ago. That's why she's
Oh
really a
yes.
very, very good personal and spiritual development coach.
Yes.
She was like, "You have
Amazing.
you have healing hands. You have healing hands." And I was just like, "Okay, all right. I have healing hands. You can provide energy and energetic flow through your hands." And like later after my birthday, my birthday is the 21st of August,
Yeah.
um, I had like a whole bunch of things in my playlist of like energy healing and stuff like this. And I
Awesome.
finally watched it. I finally watched them.
Oh my goodness. Yes.
And this is still time with yourself. And this is okay. When you're doing this, trying to find you or whatever, or intentionally spending time with yourself, only use social media, only use the internet for research purposes. Don't be using it because next thing you know, you're just strolling. You know what I
Oh
mean?
yeah.
So
Yeah.
only use it for research purposes. It still is something that you can help and see, like, okay, I feel this way. Oh, there's other people that
Right.
feel, and then you can really, properly research it. So
Right.
that's when I use that, and I
Okay.
was able to connect with some of the content on there. And I was like, okay, all right, let me try doing this. And first of all, with the energetic healing, it's better to like bring healing to yourself. So definitely end up being more in meditative states. And then during those meditative states, you ask certain questions and stuff like that. Because as long as you have the intention of improving yourself and
Mhm.
going to the next level, those questions will end up coming up, and you end up answering them properly and being
Exactly.
able
Yes.
to put the two and
Yes.
two together.
Hmm.
So that really did help me, and I'm continuing to work with that. And I'm very, very pleased because it brought like a sense of grounding.
Right.
And it's one of those things that no matter where you're at, you can be in a freaking room. Obviously, you don't want to be in a box by yourself, but I'm just putting this analogy here. You're just in a complete empty room, but you have yourself and you have your connection with the divine, however you want to call them.
Gotcha.
You will always have that sense of grounding. And
Mhm.
again, with your podcast yesterday was like you're not alone
Yes. Yep.
because you're not. So you can
Uh-huh.
always find that sense of grounding. So that's one of the things during this time, very much so. It's experience because you've had experience too, very recently, where
Oh
you can
yes.
really talk
Yep.
about this subject, and I can
Mhm.
talk about it as well because it's something that I've been experiencing for right now type of thing. So
Yes.
yeah, that's what I would have to say about that, and it's good. It's
Okay.
good. Really
Yes.
feeling that.
I love that because it sounds like you're discovering yourself. You know, by spending time with yourself, you're able to realize the things that you like, especially by, like you said, you intentionally went online to
Yeah.
research. And when you
Yes.
did that, that's when you found that grounding, and I love
Mm-hmm.
that you said that. So also, I want you to, if you have any advice for the members about spending time with yourself, what advice could you give them as far as starting to do it, or like any practices, or like just how to get started
Yeah.
to spend time with you?
Yeah, that's something. I would say like intentionally like go into a room by yourself and just sit there. You know, some people might say, "Oh, meditation or whatever." Just sit there and and then kind of like see what comes up a little bit.
Yeah.
And then some people might be like, "Oh, okay, well, I'm a little bit bored." So, what would you prefer to be doing, even with you
Mhm.
being alone, not with somebody else,
Right.
or going? What would you prefer to be doing that will? Okay, well, I like chess. I can. Okay, all right. So get the chess, or if you have the app,
Yes.
play chess. You know, people have their different journeys and stuff like this.
Yes.
And then things can come from that because chess, you being good at chess, you get strategize with the mind that can actually implement on in the physical realm because you're like a strategist. You're able to see the moves ahead and stuff like this.
Mhm.
um, and like write down things that interest you, type of thing,
Yep.
things that interest you, things that you want to be doing or whatever. And for example, like I said, when there's a lot of things I do want to do, but you got to pay for it a little bit. Write those
Yes.
down
Yep.
too. Write those down too. And then you can get to that. Obviously, if you can get to now, cool. Do that. Just learn a new skill. Learn a skill that you've
Right.
always been, and then you end up finding the tier of where you want to be.
Yes. I
But
love that.
I really do, yeah. Say just spend time in a room just alone, just
Mhm.
by yourself in a meditative state, however you want to put it, and
Mhm.
just things will end up coming up. And have a pen and paper beside you, and maybe just ask yourself questions, type of thing. Kind of
Yeah.
like interview yourself in a way.
Right.
Just interview
Yes.
yourself, and then even though it's like maybe just okay, well, how are you doing today? You just but then eventually
Right.
those questions, if you're intentional with it, will end up becoming a bit more complex. But the overall thing is you need to be opened to excel and level up. You do.
Mhm.
If you're closed off, you're going to end up being closed off to yourself. So you're just going to be
Right.
like within a room bored. If you're really
Right.
on that mindset of, oh, I actually do want to learn a bit more, improve, it's going to end up filtering in something good for you. So this is what I would say. I would say.
Yes. I love that. That was beautiful. Everything you said, that's what I was going to talk about too, like journaling, meditation,
Yeah,
just being with yourself and letting that stuff, whatever it is, come up inside of you to show you and direct you and guide you
exactly.
back to you. And I love that Yaya taught me this. Okay, just she
That's good.
always guides me back to myself. Like she asks me questions that sometimes I can't even answer. I'm like, why can't I answer this question about myself? Like, aren't I supposed to know? So it's like self discovery, like literally spending that time with yourself, you get to answer those questions.
Yes.
So I love that you said that. And also, I do want to speak about my journey of spending time with myself.
Yeah. Please do.
Ooh, so at first, I was not, I wasn't able to spend time with myself because I get bored, like you said.
Mm,
I would be
mm,
so bored. Like I need somebody around. I need to do something. I need some stimulation. But then I was
mm,
like forced into this place of spending time with myself. I don't remember the first time. I can't remember the first time, but I'm going to talk about this situation right here. Um, Coming to California and just being in a place where I'm in my car and I'm just with myself all the time.
yeah.
And I use it. I use it as a way to create. I'm like, shoot, let me create
Yes,
because
exactly.
I mean, what
Yes.
else am I gonna do?
Yeah.
So I just create. I make sure that I'm asking myself questions. I make sure that I'm journaling. I'm grounding myself, and I'm just getting to know myself so I can stay true to the things that I believe in.
Mm-hmm.
And not let any outside interference affect how I feel about myself or how I see myself, because that's so important to me, how I see and how I feel about
Mm-hmm.
myself.
Mm-hmm.
Because people can come in and say this about you, and you're gonna believe it because you don't know yourself. So that's
Mm-hmm.
like another very important, reason to know who
Yeah.
you are.
Yeah.
And yeah, so that's been like very important to me. And I also ask people, like, they ask me something about them. I'm like, how do you feel about it? Like, don't ask me. I don't know.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I just
Yeah.
invite people to get to know themselves because I
Yeah.
don't I don't want to put an image on you that you don't
Mm-hmm.
feel is you. So
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes, that's very true. But you see how the fact that you were alone
oh yeah,
inevitably, I can't even say it. It ended up coming up. You end up getting creative.
oh
No,
yeah,
you see
yeah.
how it does come up as long as, again, as long as you don't spend that
hmm
time and you're strolling. Obviously, I know
Yes.
you probably went on social media,
Oh,
but you
sometimes.
weren't just strolling. It ends up coming up. You end up being like, okay, well, let me just draw. I'm just gonna draw something.
Exactly.
And then that's one thing that I really do, and I really do praise and want to continue when it comes to the younger generation and stuff like that, where they just are in a room,
Oh
you
yeah.
put little crayons, stuff like that, and they just create. You know what I
Yes.
mean? I think that is definitely because that's them. That's them, and
Right.
it's just another object, and they're just creating and stuff like that. So it's something that I think we definitely fundamentally need to still have that with us because we
Yes.
can't get distracted with other things. And then you
That's
don't know
right.
who you are. You're just like, oh well, I know who I am. I scored this much in a game or whatever. But I'm like,
Yeah.
but that's not who you are.
That's
Baby.
like that's
What
how
is
you
that?
become a follower. When you don't know who you are, you follow other people
Yes,
just
yes, exactly,
because you want to be
exactly.
more like them because you don't know who you are personally. And I could go back because you just said children, this generation. When I was a child, I used to draw a lot. I used to dance. I
Yes,
used to be really
yes,
creative. So I'm like,
yes.
I know I'm creative.
Mhm,
It's just
mhm,
all about intentionally taking that time to create
mhm.
and do things that I like to do
Yeah,
instead of distracting myself with scrolling, like you said. So
yeah, yeah,
you
yeah.
got to
Very
really
true.
make that decision for yourself.
Yes, very true. Very true.
All right, so let me move on to these next questions. I have a few questions to ask you. So, how do you reconnect with yourself spiritually, like on a spiritual level? I know you spoke about meditation and just you spoke about your healing, your energy healing and stuff like that, and you also was able to demonstrate that on me. And I'm just yeah, we're gonna talk about that. So I want to
Yes,
know,
yes,
how do you
exactly.
connect
Well,
with
that
yourself spiritually?
okay, okay. Well, that ends up. It's like one of those things when you end up doing like a personal thing, it really just continue tearing up into okay, you're up to the spiritual. So I would say after that meditation or whatever, and then you go to, for example, myself, the energy work, doing it for myself.
Oh yes,
And then that ends up turning into spiritual. It just does inevitably because you're kind of connecting with the source that's within you, but it still is connected higher and
right.
around stuff like
Mm-hmm.
this. So and with that, things do end up popping up, and maybe even when it comes to things popping up like spiritually, things that you're holding, wondering why. Okay, am I feeling this type of way about this certain subject or whatever? And that's when you get that pen and paper and you start writing it down of how you feel. And then maybe all of a sudden you start crying or something like this, and you're like, "Why am I crying about this?" Because you're kind of releasing a blockage and stuff. So yeah,
I'm
it
happy.
definitely can. Huh? Sorry.
I'm happy you're saying that because spirituality, like people don't know what that is. So I'm sorry. Go
Mhm.
continue.
Yes, exactly. So that's things that are like the unseen, but they still are there, and like it's like there in like it's there in an energetic way, but it's sometimes will how do you say holder or hold itself inside of you and stuff like that. And then you have certain triggers. It's like, why am I triggered at this and that? And as long as you intuitively ask yourself these questions, then you inevitably will get the answer to them. And then also you can research it, or book sessions. Anyway,
No, seriously, yeah.
many different things, and then you can how do you say work on releasing it and stuff. And so with the energy healing, I actually want to, maybe before we get off, I want to like try something. I want to like how do you say, put
Oh,
some energy in
yeah,
this
please.
podcast. And anybody that like they feel something, even if you don't feel anything, just write it. Put it in the comments or whatever. How you felt, if you didn't feel anything, if you did, and then we just see and stuff like that. Because this is something that can be transmuted, and it's like it's limitless in a way. So as long as
Right.
you, the thing is, as long as you believe it, and it's easy to believe it because I think everyone experienced when like they walk into the room, and it's just like, even if you're not like
Yes. I know
extremely
exactly.
in tune, sometimes you're just like, wait, why does it feel a little bit down in here? The vibes, there it is. Everybody say, the vibes.
Yeah.
Everybody across the board, spiritual,
Yes.
not so spiritual, Christian, but they'd be like, the vibes aren't really vibing right now. And when they are vibing, that's
Mhm.
energy. So it's something that
Right.
everyone has experienced. It is something that you can cultivate within yourself. And when you know it properly, you can utilize it as well. And sometimes when you're around somebody or whatever, when some people are around somebody, like, they feel a little creepy or something, or I like their vibe is so
Right.
nice. That's
Yeah.
energy. So if
Absolutely.
you've experienced that, energy is real. It's just a fact.
Yes.
So
Right.
so yeah, that's what I would say with that. And then before we close off, we'll do a little energy flow in here, and then we'll see what the members think, and of course what you think as well.
No, I would love that. That is a great idea, and I'm pretty sure they will appreciate it. And also, if anybody has any questions, please comment your questions so we can get
Yeah,
them answered. Thank you for coming in and watching. Thank you for being part. Thank you for being a part of the Great Awakening Ministry, because it would not be possible without y'all. Like seriously, this is a private event on purpose with a purpose. So I don't want no
yes, I like that.
distractions.
Purpose with a purpose. I like that.
No distractions. All right, so
Hmm.
we're gonna move on to our next question. More, it's talking. We're talking spiritual.
Let me see. I don't know. Okay,
And
wait. Can you ask that again, because it kind of cut off? I don't know if it was me
oh,
or not.
I didn't ask it yet.
Okay, okay, okay.
I'm about to. I was just
Okay.
yes. So, in what ways has solitude helped you heal or grow spiritually? So, being in solitude, being with yourself, like how has that helped you heal or grow spiritually?
I think it's like, because it's like it does kind of connect to the previous questions, but one thing that is for certain is you don't have that outside noise or whatever.
Yep.
That's the major thing, because you have like somebody else implementing certain ideas and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's like sometimes you find it in. it's like one of those things you end up finding the answer within yourself, and then you walk out, and sometimes there's confirmation of the answer without anybody knowing it. About like you just see it on TV or someone says something and stuff like that,
Yes.
and it's just like,
I love those
oh,
moments. Hmm.
that's when you know. That's when you know spirit is speaking to you, baby.
Hmm.
So I would say that, and then of course it pollutes the solitude, you having time with yourself and meditating and stuff.
Hmm.
But I would say that not having those inside influences, those outside influences and stuff. I would say.
Yeah. Helicopter going by. I don't know if y'all can hear that.
It's not too bad actually
Okay,
because I think
good.
it's out of
Yeah,
the noise in the back. Yeah.
good, good. Okay, so I would say the solitude, healing, and growing through solitude for me has been so powerful this time around. This year, like you said, I think you said September 7th this year. I believe we had
Yeah, it
a
was like
lunar eclipse.
yeah, lunar eclipse. Yeah, was it lunar eclipse?
It was
Something
a
was in
lunar
retrograde.
eclipse,
Mercury was in
like a
retrograde.
blood
Was
moon.
yeah,
I don't know about
yeah,
the
yeah,
I don't remember about the. I don't know about the retrograde, but I was
yeah.
tuned into the moon energy,
Mhm,
and I know
mhm, mhm.
a shift was happening.
It was yeah, it
So
was happening. It was happening.
I'm like, yes. So solitude, 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 healing and growing. I'm just saying, I've been doing a lot of that through solitude. I've
Yep.
been healing and growing through solitude so much. Y'all see me, I just be posting and stuff. I be posting my stories. At first, I was posting me crying, then I'm posting me looking all good in a silver dress. So, I mean, you see
Yes,
how you
exactly.
can heal and
Yes,
grow through things by
exactly.
spending time with yourself.
Yes, and it's okay to go through all those emotions. It's
Yes.
fine. Don't
Thank
be
you.
ashamed of
I try to
everything like
tell people
this.
this. Like, why are you crying? I'm like, because I can. Let me
Yes,
cry
you
and get over
can.
it so I can grow. Because
Exactly.
if I hold it in, I'm just going to be pretending and walking around like I'm okay when,
Facts.
no.
Facts.
It's okay to
Facts.
not be okay.
Mm-hmm. It's a fact. It's a
Seriously.
fact. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So
So we're
tell me.
getting back into the question about practices, like spiritual practices. So what practices help you see yourself for who you truly are?
Mm-hmm. Hmm.
Like you just doing something, like you're practicing a spiritual practice, and you're like, wow, this is who I am. Like
Yeah.
I'm supposed to
Yeah.
do this. Like me
Yeah.
making music, dancing, just
Mm-hmm.
creating something that you
Mm-hmm.
just know, like this is me.
Yeah, exactly. I would say the click of when I finally looked through those videos I had in the YouTube, and was just like there was a click of no, you're into the energy healing thing. You're into
Oh
that.
yeah.
There was just a click that was like, oh, okay, all right, this makes sense.
Yes. Yes. I
This
love
makes
that.
sense. It's like it is. It literally is a click, like aha, like the aha moment. People call it the aha moment or something like that. Yeah, I would say that. Mm-hmm.
That's
Mm-hmm.
awesome.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And there's a bunch of other things like you say,
Right.
dancing or whatever,
Yes.
and it still is dancing. You're creating the energy,
Mhm.
and you're connecting a dance to a frequency and energy of music, and you're like having it kind of flow through you. You're transmitting the freaking energy, and people do pay attention to the dancer and stuff like that, hearing the music. So it
Yes.
definitely is. It's definitely like amongst that. So yeah, that's what I would say. Yeah,
That's
how
beautiful. And I keep bringing up dancing because that's how I was pretty much introduced to you, like on a deeper level. And I keep bringing it up because it has impacted my life so much. Like I
yeah.
think I remember telling you that I wanted to get more in tune with my feminine energy, and
Yes.
when I see you
Very,
doing your
very
thing, I'm
good.
like, okay, that's feminine right there. I need to do that.
Yes.
So
Yes.
just being able
Yes.
to embody that and to learn that practice, I do it every time I dance. I don't care what music playing. I'm gonna belly dance. People be like, "You're
Yes.
not supposed to be belly dancing to this." I don't care. I won't do it
So
anyway.
good. Yes, that's how
Then
you express
the
yourself. Yeah.
education too. You taught me about rock sharky. People don't know
Hmm.
about that. And I try to tell them like it's Egyptian, it's Africa, and they like, no,
Yes,
that's Middle Eastern. Like, no, it's us. Like,
yes, it is. Those have roots for us. It's facts. Yep.
so I love
But
that.
yeah, I
Like,
love
that's
that because it is the expression. It is the
it
expression, and
is.
then things that like you would could do by yourself, and you literally
Oh
are like,
yes,
"Oh my
thank you.
God,
Yes,
I
yes.
feel really nice doing this." Like you're
I
creating a
love
really
that.
good energy. That's something
Yes.
that's for you. It's just a fact. It's a
You just made
fact.
me think of another question to ask you. Just about what should you do when you're spending time with yourself? Like, what are some things? What are some good activities or practices to do when you're spending time with yourself that can connect you to yourself?
Yeah, I mean, it would go back to like certain interests that you have or whatever. Like I
Yeah.
said, we said, drawing, dancing,
Whatever you're
um,
interested in.
it can really the list can go on. Like I said, the playing the chess thing, like something that you're interested in. That's like
Would you
only
say more
basically
so
you.
passionate about?
Okay, wait, say it again. Passionate.
Would you say like more so like say something that you're passionate
Yes,
about
yes,
more than
exactly.
interest? Because I
Yes, I
feel
would
like
say
passion
yes.
is like into it's like deeper in your soul, you know?
Yes,
Like
yes, exactly, exactly. And it can really be anything, obviously anything that's not harming anybody, harming yourself. Like I stand for that, okay? You ain't harming nobody because some people might be like, well, I feel fulfilled when I do. Hell no, you ain't do that.
oh, they need some help.
But anyway, yes, it can be anything. Even like I looked online and it was a guy and his I think wife or whatever, and they were like pulling cards, like these Pokemon cards or whatever. And he was the one that was like the nerd. It's so adorable, it's so adorable. He was just like, oh my God, oh, you pulled a good card. And you could tell this is something that in solitude, maybe him by himself, he's just like pulling cards and gets excited about it. It's okay. That's fine. If that's something that's connected to you, it's cool. And then it's
Right.
also
Yes. Thank
connected to most of the things that you may find that you're passionate about or you like feel like, oh, really joyous and stuff are connected to your childhood.
you. Ooh, I love that.
It's a
Okay.
fact. Most you'll
Ooh.
be like, wait, but I did this when I was little. Now you're doing it
Mm-hmm.
now. I'm
Yes, that's
telling you, connect back with it.
exactly
Connect back
how I
with it.
feel. I love that.
Mm-hmm.
I love that you said that
Mm-hmm.
because everything that I used to do when I was a child that brought me joy, I'm doing now. Because I
Doing it now.
know, like, that's who
Doing it.
you truly are when you're a child. Like,
Yeah.
without
Yeah.
all the influence, that's who you are.
Yes. Yes.
So I
Yes.
love that you said that. Because
Yeah.
that brings me to the next question about authenticity and basically expressing or being yourself authentically versus who the world wants you to be or
Exactly.
expects you to be. So
Exactly.
I mean, we can get into that question, but I feel like we just answered
Yeah,
it.
I believe we just answered it. Yeah, it's like,
Yeah,
well, because some people, I would say this. For example, the pulling cards thing with the Pokemon cards. Some people will be like, "You a grown ass man? Like, why the you
yeah,
pulling?" You
right,
don't have those people around you. That stuff
exactly.
brings you joy. You are harming anybody. You're not
Yes,
harming yourself. Go do
right,
that, boo. It's fine. It's cute. It's cute. I think it's
exactly,
adorable. This sort of thing. So yes, that's
right.
authentically you, not you trying to be accepted. And then sometimes
Hmm.
when you vibe on something that's authentically you, you're not the only one that's doing it. There's like what 7 billion people in the world. There's some people that are doing the same thing that you do. You probably need to
Exactly.
find a niche group and I don't know, a
Hmm.
group chat or something like that and be able to vibe off of it. But yeah, that's authentically you and stand by it, baby. Stand by it.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yes.
that just brought me to another question that you just anyway. So as far as being yourself or spending time with yourself, do you feel like it's more important to be yourself in a sacred place or when you're around people, or should you have like balance? Like, because some people are afraid to be themselves when they're
mm,
around other people because of
mm,
judgment. So do you feel like it's
mm,
more sacred to just be yourself fully when you're alone, or just
mm,
living your
mm,
truth all the
mm.
time?
I think definitely it's one of those things you live your truth all the time, because then it can go to one of those things where it's like you're like hiding it or whatever, especially
Right.
if it's not some freaky shit, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And the other thing is, who are those people that you're around? If they think
Exactly.
that you, I don't know, playing chess, or you doing some rock shaki dance, belly dance,
Right.
they think you're weird, you need to boot those people. They're
Exactly.
not supporting you. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Hmm.
So I think definitely
Okay. I love that. Yeah.
walking, I would say walking in your authentic self is you actually being able to express that when you do, like, for example, go outside or something like this, because you
Hmm.
don't want to keep it in a box.
Right.
Obviously, I believe the most, I would say the most sacred and protected it can be is within a very nice sacred space, and even around those that you love that support it as well. I think that's amazing, because when you do go outside, you will have, certain negative forces or whatever, but you just don't have that. How do you say? You don't have that influence. You know what I mean? You don't have that influence you, and when you have, it's like one of those things, when you have such a nice core group of people, especially when you want to go outside or whatever and express, and you have that, like, it could be one, two, or five other people or whatever, and you're all like interests and stuff, you can literally create your bubble wherever you're at, and it's
Exactly.
completely fine. And I find it so freaking adorable. I really do. When I go out and I
Yes.
see maybe a different group or set of people, and then sometimes I do go into like the mindset of like someone else, like they probably think they're weird or strange or stuff, but I
Yes.
see them like, no, they're in their little
I
core group,
love it.
nobody mess with
Yes.
them, they're not messing with nobody,
Hmm.
they're not harming nobody, they're just in their little freaking world. And I think it's just
Yep.
so freaking adorable, because you get to share that, and then who knows, you end up getting new connections and stuff. So yes,
Yes.
have that sacred space,
I love
then you
that. Yeah.
share it with those that appreciate as well, and then you're able to kind of go out, and in a way that's like you kind of, especially when you're with other people too, it's like more of a protection around it, around that sacred
Right.
authentic you. So yeah, that's what I would say about it.
Okay. That was beautiful. I love that because, like you said, you can be out just being yourself and you can attract people that are like you.
Yes,
And that's what I love
yes.
the most about expressing myself authentically, because I attract the people who are into the things that I'm into, or
Mm-hmm,
they're attracted to my energy. And
mm-hmm.
I also feel the same way about when I see people expressing themselves. I love it. I love it. Like,
Yes,
do you? Because
do
everybody in
you?
the world of everybody that wants to be the same, they want to look the same and talk the same and do
No.
everything the same. I appreciate when somebody knows who they are. I really do, and they know how
Yes,
to express themselves.
yes, I do
So,
too. I do too.
gosh, whew, I love y'all, people. Shout out to y'all. Y'all
Yeah,
inspire me
no,
every
for
day. I'm
real,
inspired
for
when I
real,
see people like that. Because
for
I
real.
didn't used to be this way. I used to be so shy. I
Mm-hmm,
did not know how to
mm-hmm,
express myself. I used to talk so quiet and low. I wouldn't even,
mm-hmm,
people wouldn't even know I was in the room because I just
mm-hmm.
didn't say nothing.
Yeah,
Didn't say
yeah, I can
anything.
reflect on that with myself too. Yeah, yeah.
So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's so important, very much, to attract your tribe. That's what it
Mm-hmm.
really
Yes,
is. Be
yes, most
yourself.
definitely, most definitely.
Okay, so we got one more question here. What parts of yourself are you learning to embrace more fully right now?
Uh, oh, oh, um, maybe like, for example, what I'm doing now, like the I would say public speaking type of thing.
Okay.
Um, I would say, yeah, where, because I do have knowledge within myself, and I just don't be I don't be on like this sort of thing all the time. Of course, I do the podcast, but
Yes.
like alone by myself, this is one of the things, like, oh, the heiress is by herself on this podcast. So I would
Yes.
I would say that you do like saying it to yourself, myself. You do have something good to share, and then share it. I would say that's something that I'm gradually starting to embrace more and stuff like that. I would say this is what immediately popped up in
Yes.
my head.
Nice. That's beautiful. Yes. It is different to see you without your twin, you know, and like your energy is amazing, and both of you guys, when y'all both come together, the energy is just
It's,
on 10 because y'all are so funny. Like, I swear,
yeah,
I laugh every time I'm speaking with you guys. I'm laughing so hard because,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
I don't know, the vibe is just, y'all
Mm-hmm,
are just
mm-hmm.
hilarious.
Most definitely, I can
I
agree with
love it.
that.
And, okay, so hold on, I'm gonna just cut off for 1 second,
Oh, okay.
and 'cause I just need to remind myself what tomorrow, what is
Okay, okay, okay.
tomorrow?
Oh,
Okay,
I
one
think.
second.
Oh, I didn't write it down. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Put yourself on mute. Mute. You put yourself on mute.
Okay,
Okay.
okay, so I got it in my mind. So tomorrow is growth takes time. Okay. So
That's a good one. Yeah. Who are you? Who's
knowing
your
that,
guest on that one?
the guest for tomorrow will be Royalty Star.
Ooh, word.
It's gonna be our first collaboration. She is very excited. She wants to do like three of them. I'm like, okay,
Oh, that's what I'm talking about.
I'm ready.
Partnership.
Let's do a podcast. I'm like, okay. I just started it. Like, come
Do
on,
it.
let's
Do
do
it.
it. Time. But I want to thank you for coming, JQ. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Um, it was so great having you all. We'll be back tomorrow. Peace.
Okay. All right. Peace. Ciao. Peace.